welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then hi, my name's Alexa. Typically this channel is dedicated to traveling and such, but occasionally I do sort of like to do these videos where I talk about what's going on in my mind and my mental health journey and things like that, because it helps people, I don't know, get to know me better. So if you're more interested in travel content, my playlist will be linked down below, or you can just visit my channel. But today we are doing another installment of Lex Behind the Lens because I really wanted to talk about goal setting today. It is 2020. It is a new year still, technically. We have one more day of January by the time you guys see this. And I don't know, I really wanted to do this whole thing on talking about goals at the end of the month versus the beginning of the month, which is more common because obviously at the very beginning of the year, of any new year, a lot of people use that as a clean slate and they have all these ambitions and all these goals that they want for themselves, and you kind of start to see how much that forms into a habit by the end of the month. And I just want to talk quickly about my goals, and if you can guess by the title of this video, I'll be showing you guys my vision board. First, I guess I'll just say that coming into 2020, I think I had a bigger focus on creative goals. If you saw my first video of the year, which will be linked somewhere on the screen, it was really talking about what I'm changing about what I'm doing for this channel, which includes weekly videos like this one, and what I'm changing about my blog. But when it comes to actual personal goals, I feel that I did my approach a lot differently this year versus last year. Last year, I feel like I was very set on making specific goals for each month based on what I was doing in my life at that time. And for the goals I set this year, I feel that I kind of got a head start on them before the new year because I wanted to. So I had some financial goals, I had some sort of physical goals in terms of like working out and diet. And it doesn't mean that I've made any kind of crazy strides or anything, but ultimately, I do feel that I got a head start and I'm already just so conscious of that sort of thing already that it doesn't really feel like I'm benchmarking anything as the month has gone by of the first month of the year. But that doesn't mean that I don't have them. But what I do think that is a reflection of is just that I am taking an entirely different approach. Instead of just singular goals, I'm really just taking a lifestyle approach to my goals this year. It's all about creating just a mood and a feeling and an overall like sense of self this year. I really don't know how to describe it because it's more of a feeling than it is something that's tangible or quantitative. But I'm really just trying to enhance things about my life that I have come to love. I feel that most of what I've done in my 20s has been a process of elimination, figuring out things that I want to change, figuring out things I don't like in my life, figuring out the types of people I no longer want to be around, just removing all of the things that I don't want anymore. And now I'm trying to focus on enhancing the things I do like, enhancing the types of relationships I have with people, enhancing the physical stuff too, like my wardrobe and stuff. But I guess that's a good segue into my vision board. Okay guys, so here is my vision board. There's no real way to sort of like show you the whole thing or anything, but I'll do my best. Maybe I should move my camera back just a tiny bit, just to give you more of the shot, I guess. But here's an overview of my vision board. I guess I'll just show you guys, actually, I'll show you guys how it looks from the front with me in it, and then I'll sort of just film over it as I talk. But yeah, so let's get into what the vision board actually looks like up close and personal, and I guess I'll just sort of narrate. Okay guys, so here is the vision board in all its glory. Basically the theme I was going for in all of the photos I ended up choosing, and you know, I'll get into some more specific details, was just about talking about taking care of yourself, going after, you know, just words of affirmation and trying to conjure, I guess for lack of a better word, this feeling of opulence and elegance and boldness, and just really creating the life that I feel I am ready for and that I want to be a reflection of this time of my life in my mid-20s. So one of the first things I put on here was sort of this like breakfast scene, and a lot of these are from Pinterest, by the way, but sort of this breakfast scene in front of the Colosseum in Rome. Like, I am not planning to go to Italy this year, unfortunately, even though it's always on top of my list to return, but I wanted to create this because it just gives me this feeling of like comfort and relaxation that I feel like I don't really get when I travel. It's just one of those things that I don't know how to describe it. It's like, I feel like I'm always in a rush, and a big meal that I always have to miss is breakfast. So I'm like, maybe in my travels, maybe in my life, like I just need to take the time to slow down, enjoy a good meal, look at a nice view every now and then, and not just always be in a rush to finish things or do things or break down my time because I feel like I'm losing time. That comes here as well. This isn't really breakfast, but I guess it could be, you know, just champagne. Also love there is some black women or maybe just dark-skinned women in here, which I really wanted to feature more of on my vision board this year. So they're living this luxurious life, just having a glass. And then I also found this photo here, again, another beautiful black woman having just like this glamorous breakfast. And I know it seems very trivial to be like, your vision board is full of people eating food. And it's like, yes, but no, that's not what it represents to me, because vision boards are supposed to be, you know, abstract and conceptual and whatever you want them to be. Excluding this feet situation, this cutout from a magazine said like wine and cheese happy hour, and it's all about how to sort of make that more festive in your home if you're hosting. And something I definitely want to do this year is host more, which goes along with the food theme. It's just about like, one of the best things that you can do in life is share a meal with other people. I think that is just one of the most intimate, and not in the like sexual way, but genuinely just intimate, personal time that you can spend with people is over a good meal. And even though it's not like a meal, you know, just breaking bread basically with people, and overall just consuming lots of good food. That is a shrimp something pasta, and that is equally part of wanting to host more, wanting to indulge more in great foods, and also partly because I want to start cooking. So to transition out of the food stuff, I guess I can get into just sort of, oh, there's another beautiful black woman enjoying a morning with a cup of coffee, even though I'm not a coffee person, but I don't know. I just wanted to create this mood of like slowing my life down. But here is sort of one of the generic things that you always put on any kind of vision board, which is just a collage that I found on Pinterest of, you know, words of affirmation that are all encouraging, and I love that. You know, and I also just love the colors. I thought that really helped the look of the board. And that also comes in here where there's this little part about self-care, which I absolutely love. This is also a cutout. This article is actually really good because it talked about a lot of different versions of self-care. Thankfully, I mean, obviously I couldn't put the whole article on there, but you know, it was just talking about like this idea that self-care has become basically monetized. And that's actually like a good episode of the show Shrill. If you guys have ever seen it on Hulu, it's a comedy and it's 30-minute episodes, and I think they have like 8 or 9 episodes a season. There's 2 seasons. It's really good. But there is an episode in the 2nd season about monetizing feminism, and it's really this, like trendy gyms, kombucha cocktails, pricey eye masks. Like, people just think that self-care is just about looking good, but it's about feeling good and what's happening in your mind, because wellness is both physical and mental. So I wanted to put that on there because I am an advocate for self-care. And here's another thing too that is just another thing of affirmation, like make a bold change, which I'm really trying to do this year. I have no idea what that's going to look like or what sector of my life it's going to be a part of, but I definitely wanted that on there, not only for the colors, but just because I really feel like this is my year to do something way different outside of my comfort zone. And I wasn't even reading this when I just said that, but trying something outside your comfort zone can blow up your life in amazing ways you never imagined. Discover 2 unconventional strategies that will help motivate you to make it happen. That's what the article is about, the 2 strategies. But ultimately, that's what I'm trying to do this year. I've been really inspired by Elaine Welteroth's bestseller. And I absolutely love that book, and if you haven't heard of it, then you're stupid. I'm gonna link it down below. But it is definitely my all-time favorite book right now, and it is all about the strides that she made and the bold moves that she made during her time, and I feel like she's so relatable, and I can go on and on and on about her. But ultimately I'm trying to make a bold change. The next thing too is just saying like it's all about experience, and this means, you know, this one is directly talking about traveling and vacations that let you dive into your destination on a deeper level are exhilarating, rejuvenating, and even life-changing, make your next trip transformative. And that's true too, which will be a good segue into travel in a minute. But I just want everything in my life this year and moving forward to be really, I said that so many times, really absorbing the experiences that I have that are beyond what I cultivate for content. Like I really just, here I go with really again, I want to be all about my experiences, things that you share, stories you tell for a lifetime. I feel like we're losing that because the world is becoming so instantaneous, and I want to be able to, I don't know, like revel in something again. So, segue into travel. This year, I will be embarking on a trip to Portugal. It's a place I've always wanted to see and only heard good things about, and I'm very excited to sort of explore that and get to see that part of Europe, because I know that I've seen pictures and video and everything, and it just seems so beautiful. So that's one of my top trips. I am going to San Juan, Puerto Rico this year, and so I was getting a little bit of inspiration from some beach looks here, and also up here, like loving this look. Again, trying to feature beautiful black women to stay empowered on my vision board. Like I absolutely love her look in the bag. It's just a complete thing, and I want a picture like that if I can find anything like that in San Juan. But I was just trying to create basically anything that inspires me on these trips, especially when it comes to wardrobe, because I feel like I'm getting a little bit better with that, starting to get outside of my comfort zone, a key thing again, and trying to, I don't know, just take advantage and love being young and showing that, and I don't know, having fun. So that's really like my little travel section, and a little bit over here with Portugal. Speaking of looks, that's another thing I want to enhance this year, is just really getting into my style. I have always been a girl about tailoring, mostly because I am a short girl. So I really want to define my style this year. I feel like I say it every year, but I really want to define my style and get my tailored look, that look of opulence that I want people to look at me and be like, she looks expensive. Like really like Jessica on Suits. That's what I'm trying to get. And I put Ari on here, of course, not only because I love her and she's just a general inspiration for me, but because she's wearing this Givenchy emerald green suit, and I've been dying for an emerald green suit because emerald is my birthstone, and I absolutely love her makeup in this shot as well. But I put her on there for double whammy, the suit and her look, and that's what I want. Like I want to look this put together. Obviously she has a styling team, she's getting paid, this is a photo shoot, but I'm just trying to have the look come together. And that also means embracing, like, minus his feet again. You know, I might put something on there because I just don't like to look at people's feet. That means here too, loving this hat with the netting. I've never been confident enough to rock a bold red lip, but I'm thinking with the different hairstyles I want to try this year and the different tailored looks, like I think that the red lip will really pull some looks together. I already have my cat eye sunglasses, furs, fake furs of course, I want to bust out. I just want to look like that girl, you know? And so one of our, I guess the final topic here, except one, which I'm intentionally saving for last, is again about creating an experience, creating a feeling. And I am really hoping that this year I will be able to, in my next move, be able to create a home that I absolutely love and really feels curated and lived in by me. Like I'm getting ideas. This is just inspiration. It's not means that this is how I want to design my place, but I really want to create a living shared space that is super cozy. That's something that I feel like I haven't been able to do yet. Over here, hopefully I'll have a room where I can just sort of dedicate to like styling or filming these videos, and something that just looks like, I feel like a way for me to live out the girly dreams I never lived out before, now that I have embraced my love of pink for the last couple of years. And I really just want to create that look, something like that. And then finally, like an official desk station, something that's big enough for a desktop, something that's chic and feels like my personal area that I can get very productive and personalized. And so I'm hoping that wherever I move, I can sort of just create these different feelings, because I think that just like everything else I've mentioned on this board, everything is about how you feel. and what you do with your space and how everything that surrounds you kind of contributes to that. And part of that is your physical surroundings, and I feel like that's what's really been missing in my life, is having a physical surrounding that really supports like the mood I'm trying to set for myself and the overall sort of motivation I'm looking for with these different projects I'm taking on. And my final thing, which is sort of a personal goal that may or may not be attainable this year, but something I just want to aspire to, is getting 1,000 subscribers this year. That would be a really big jump. I only have 22 right now. But you know, I'm definitely in my creative space, as you guys know by watching that video on the first of the year. I am ultimately trying to push myself and push my content out there, and there's a lot more grassroots approach and groundwork I have to do to achieve that, but I am trying. So it would be a miracle, but I really want to hopefully get at least 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this. I know I wasn't super specific because, again, I am trying to just go for this feeling, like I'm achieving this feeling. It's kind of like how people say or wish for being happy, like they're looking to be happy, trying to wish for happiness, that sort of thing. You know that it's not a tangible thing, but you feel like you'll know it when it arrives. Happiness is so subjective, and I feel like that's really what my vision board is this year. I thought I wanted to do something with more SMART goals, you know, measurable, attainable, specific, all of that. I thought that's what I really wanted to do, but I'm feeling at a very content place in my life in terms of the majority of the things that are in my life. I feel very happy with the people that I'm surrounded by. I feel very happy with the way that I look and the things that I'm trying and my creative level and the goals I have there. There are definitely things I want to change, and that's why I am taking this new approach about creating a mood, and it's really a mood board instead of a vision board. But, you know, creating a space, physical and mental, that feels comfortable, feels safe, supports my initiatives, keeps me motivated, and makes me feel like I'm at my best all the time. So that's what I'm trying to cultivate this year. I hope that anyone who did set out with some specific goals this year, I hope you guys stay on track. If you're watching this video, use this as your reminder to get back on it. Like, the hardest thing for a lot of people is diet and working out, but even if it's something like you're really trying to create something or start a project, or you're really trying to go after a job you want or a company you want, and you're hitting a roadblock, or you're finally starting to kind of burn out from that exciting energy you had 30 days ago, this is your reminder that we're only 30 days in. Not everything is done right away. What do they say? Rome wasn't built in a day. You can do it. Stay focused. And also, if you want to give yourself a hard deadline, that's fine, but don't beat yourself up over it if you don't reach it. That's something I definitely struggled with last year, and it didn't help me at all. It just hurt me. So just stay focused. If you have to extend your deadline, that's fine, because it's your deadline. Maybe don't give yourself a deadline at all. Maybe it is more like lifestyle and conceptual, and you're happy that you're going in the right direction. It doesn't need to look perfect right away, but you know you're making progress. Support yourself, encourage yourself, give yourself words of affirmation, and be proud of yourself for making any strides that you've made thus far. So I'm happy that I could come to you guys today with a positive Lex Behind the Lens. I think most of my Lex Behind the Lenses are positive in the sense that they're reflective, but this one made me really excited, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And I will catch you next week. Bye.